How will I get clients? How do I find clients? What is some secret strategy that people are using to get coaching clients? These are some of the most Google questions, as well as some of the most frequently asked questions that I have gotten in my consultation calls as well. So today, let's exactly break this question down. Now, if you are a coach, the one thing that you must know is that the quality of the questions that you ask yourself and as well as other people tend to determine the quality of the answers that you're going to get. And how do I find clients? How do I get clients? Is the lowest quality question out there. And that is why every single time you find yourself indulging in this question, your dominant thoughts and emotions are going to be around feeling desperate, feeling that you have no control whatsoever, feeling that there is something that you have to chase out there, anxiety, feelings of uncertainty, and stuff like that. And that is why this is one of the most lowest quality question out there, right? It's a question, where you ask yourself, why do bad things happen to me? It's a low quality question. The answer that you're going to get to that question is also going to be very low quality and it's going to do nothing to help your life. Now, how can you actually fix this problem? Let me tell you about that. Now, the first thing you need to remember is that you don't actually find clients. Clients find you when you become visible. Just the way you want to serve people, you have to understand that there are people who are looking for solutions to their problems. There are always people looking for it. For example, if you are somebody who has a very specific kind of back pain, you are looking for a doctor or you're looking for, let's say, a therapist, or you're looking for, anybody who can solve that pain for you, right? And you are out there searching for it. Maybe you're inquiring people, maybe you're researching, maybe you're Googling, but there is a pain in your life and you're actively searching for a solution. And who will you end up working with? You will end up working with a therapist or a doctor or an acupuncturist, whatever it is, who is visible, who makes themselves visible, who tells you that, what, here I am, here is what I do, these are the results I have created, these are the things that you can find about me, this is the kind of help I can give to you, and this is how you can work with me. You are going to go to that person, even if he's not the best. And if, let's say, there is some best massage therapist out there who is sitting at home wondering, how do I get clients, how do I get somebody I can help with, but they are not visible at all, they're not going to get clients. You have to understand that you don't have to indulge in any kind of chase when it comes to clients. What you have to focus on is becoming so visible. And when I say visible, I don't mean like copying Google quotes on your profile and copying other people and just posting random content. I don't mean that. I mean becoming visible in a way that when your clients are seeking you, you become the only solution. And this happens when your marketing is focused and strategic towards your ideal client only. Okay? Coaches who end up getting the most amount of clients are not people who are speaking to everyone. These are people who are speaking exactly to their ideal clients. So ask yourself, are you visible? Like, is there a way people can actually find you? Is there a way your ideal client can actually find you? Is there a way that if your ideal client ends up finding you by chance, they come to your profile, right? And they actually know what you do, right? They can consume some of your resources. They can actually see what your process is like. They can see the kind of work you've done. Have you made yourself strategically visible like that? Because clients are always trying to find solutions. You can either be that solution or you can hide and worry about how do I find them. Second is, when you ask yourself, how do I get clients? You are looking to take, not to give. And number one rule of business, right? Or in fact, the number one rule of universe is that the more you give, the more you get. And if you are in a business, especially in a coaching business, which is about service, when you are focused on what can I get, right? Because when you are saying, how do I get clients? How do I get this money? How do I get this offer to sell? You are focused on taking from someone. You are focused on taking from other people. And that energy is a very low vibrational energy. You're carrying desperation, you're carrying anxiety. You're not in the you're not at a powerful place, right? You're not really in a creator mode, right? You want to receive. And the thing is that people who receive are the people who pay. People who create are the people who get paid. Okay, I'll repeat myself again. People who are always looking to get are the ones who end up paying. But people who are looking to create and who are always creating are the ones who get paid. So when you are focused on how can I get, your focus shifts from what can I create so that people can find me, work with me, to what do I get, what do I get, what do I get. And this is where this is where all the desperation and the anxiety and the fear lives. And as a result, a lot of coaches find themselves paralyzed in this. They're not able to move forward. They're not able to show up for their business. They're not able to think strategically or logically. It's all, trapped in one emotion. How do I get? And this is a very low vibrational emotion. Even when you're sitting across a client, they can sense this kind of emotion, right? And that is also why you may be failing in your consultation calls or your sales calls. Because even though you're saying the right words, the emotions you're feeling in your body is that of desperation, right? And desperation always puts you in a powerless position. Whereas being a creator, always looking to give, always looking to offer something, is the one that puts you in the position of a creator, right? Somebody who can create at will, somebody who's powerful, somebody who's not looking to get something out of you. That's the most powerful position there is, right? The last point is that when you are asking yourself, how can I get clients? You are not looking to solve someone else's problem, you're looking to solve your problem. Your problem is that you do not have clients right now, or you want clients right now, right? And when you're constantly focused on that, you're looking to solve for your problem, which means essentially you're not serving, you are not creating. Whereas when you solve for your clients' problems, right? And for that, you actually have to ask yourself, what are my clients' problems? What are they struggling with? Are they struggling with self-esteem? Are they struggling with self-worth? Are they struggling in their career? Are they struggling with something else? When you think about your clients' problems and when you want to solve their problems, that is when your clients will come to you and you will never have to chase. But when you are trying to always focus on your problem, how do I get clients? What do I do? What secret strategy there is? This, that. And the focus is always on you. You are not serving, right? And coaching in itself is service. Business in itself is service. Business involves giving first and giving more. And the more you do it consistently, the more it comes back to you. That is the law of the universe. It settles its scores, right? And that is why it is less about how capable you are and how skilled you are. Obviously, that's the bare minimum you should be as a coach. But how much are you giving on a daily basis? How focused are you on solving your client's problems over your problems? Because when you are focused on your problem, you become a client to someone else. When you focus on your client's problems, that is when you become a coach to your client. Now, if you're somebody who's in the middle of building your coaching business and you want to scale it to six figures and you want to do it in a sustainable manner, which feels honest, you are very welcome to join us inside my free community, The Empowered Coach. It is a community of coaches where I share a lot of resources, a lot of insights into how to build your coaching business from scratch. You can find the link in the comments.